If I get bit, I'll just be fine with it.
It was recording.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying,
how the show's going to start.
I'm down with bats.
Well, I mean, we're talking about bites, which is kind of related to what we're about to review here.
We can segue right into it from this.
I love it. That's
Dude, bats. Because when you think about bats, some people think about vampires. And when I think about vampires, most recently, I've been thinking about, I don't know, Twilight. Well, me, being a guy, I'm a little sensitive, you know? I mean, I'm not like most guys who are like, oh my god, Twilight! Get away from me! You're gay! I'm not watching Twilight. I have to go watch the Packers. I'm not talking about, you know, Mr. Sloth. I'm talking about other people who like the Packers. Point being, I like Twilight. So I've been watching the entire series. I don't read the books. I don't have time for that. If you listen to the other show, you should know by now I'm going to be blind any day. So I can't really read books. So I like to watch the movies. And the most recent one that came out was a two-parter. Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2.
so when you talking to the microphone.
Oh, I'm so excited and mad because I can't even concentrate on anything other than my review for this movie. So Breaking Dawn Part 1, Breaking Pawn, Pawn Stars with Chum and the old man. Breaking Dawn Part 1 was, I don't know, spoilers! Here we go. Spoilers. If you haven't seen Breaking Dawn Part 1, they have this stupid stink bitch baby and they name her Renesmee. And it's a stupid name. It's some kind of freaking collaboration of Edward's mom's ass and, I don't know, Bella's dog or something. So they name her Renesmee. And that's a stupid name in and of itself. But they go through this whole thing where Bella's in the hospital and she gives birth. And then she's like, this is my baby. And then she, like, breaks her back and you think she's going to die. And then Edward's like, I'll bite you. I'll turn you into a vampire and then you'll live. So he bites her ass and she turns into a vampire. And dun-dun-dun-dun, lo and behold, she lives. Not only does she live in the movies, but in real life, she cheats on him with the director of Snow White and the Huntsman because she's a trampire. Now, a couple months go by and
Watch those hard P's. I just did it. Watch your hard P's. Yeah, watch your hard P's. Now continue.
I'm sorry about your eardrums, everyone. I don't mean to in your ears like that, but
no, go on.
I'm just so worked up right now. You don't even understand. So we watched Breaking Dawn Part 1 in the theaters. And I was like, oh, this is really good. Oh, boy, I can't wait to see the other one. And the 12-year-old girl inside of me, I was all giddy. And I was ready to see the other one. And months go by, and I was like, oh, boy, I'm not going to read the spoilers or go on Google or ask any of my friends because most of my friends are girls. Go figure. I don't know. Maybe I have a lot of estrogen, whatever. That would explain so much about my life. But I didn't want to know what was going to happen in Breaking Dawn Part 2. So Breaking Dawn Part 2 comes out, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to go to the theaters. We're going to see it. We didn't go see it. Something came up. We didn't go do that. So some time went by. More time went by. I'm like, oh, I really need to see this. The commercials look awesome. All of our friends were like, oh, you need to see it. At the end of the movie, there's a really cool twist. Oh, this movie's so amazing. So I was like, all right, we need to see this. So eventually we go to the theaters and we see it. And we're watching it. And we're getting into it. And we don't really get into it because the movie is so slow. Breaking Dawn Part 2 and 1 should have just been combined and just played from, you know, a whole movie, not in two parts. Breaking Dawn Part 2 was the slowest drawn-out story ever. It's basically like Edward and Bella get all their friends together almost like for a giant cookout. So the other Altieri, what is it? The Altieri vampires, I believe. I'm looking at you as if you know and you don't. You don't have a 12-year-old girl inside of you that's growing and wanting to go and text and like everything on Facebook. But I do have a 12-year-old girl inside of me. And I don't want to be inside of a 12-year-old girl. And you don't even have to edit that out. But anyways, the Volturi, I believe is their name. The Volturi are these elitist scumbag group of vampires who think they're better than all the other vampires because they walk around and they all walk in unison and they all walk in a giant line of about 50 people in a row. Where the fuck are you going to go where there's 50 people in a row that you can just walk in a line? I don't understand. You can't go to the mall like that. You sure as hell can't go to, like, I don't know, Burger King and walk in 50 people in a row. That's not the point. Point is, Edward and Bella have to get all the other people together to prove to the Volturi, those elitist scumbag vampires, that their baby is half human and half vampire because the Volturi think that she's all vampire and or some garbage like that. The Volturi basically want to kill this baby and they don't want to hear otherwise. So Bella and Edward get all their groupie friends together, all their freaking vampire douchebag friends, and they get them all together and they confront the Volturi. And they're like, wait, Edward's all like, you can't do this to our baby. She's half vampire and half human. And Bella's like, I cheated on him in real life, but no, our baby, you can't kill our baby. Volturi, don't kill the baby. So all the other people are like, don't kill the baby.
I don't think she had that much emotion in her voice.
She probably didn't. Dude, Bella is like,
don't kill the baby.
Bella
she's the female equivalent of what, Nick Cage?
Bella is the worst. What is her real name? Kristen Stewart? Kristen Stewart is like the worst actress since freaking Miss Piggy. It's terrible. At least Miss Piggy had charisma. That's pretty good. That right there, you showed more charisma. Do it again. Do it one more time. That's more charisma than Kristen Stewart's ever had in her entire career. And do it one more time. Ugh, you didn't do it as well. I was gonna say though, that sounds like what she sounded like when she was with the director of Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh.
Well, I had to go there, man. Well, you can applaud it if you want, but I'm not gonna be applauding this movie because it gets worse. So they get all the people together, and the Volturi are like, "Oh, no matter what you say, we're gonna kill the baby." And then there's this one girl who can see the future. I don't know her name. She's like the cutest vampire in the movie or whatever. She got short hair. She's all weird looking and dykey looking and dirty and hot. So anyway, she can see the future, and she sees this giant thing going down where it's a freaking civil war between the Volturi and the other vampires, and everyone starts killing each other, and freaking Edward's dad, Carlisle, gets his head ripped off his freaking body, and they all start dying and falling into the freaking earth and fiery hell, and you're like, oh my god, this is the coolest shit ever! It's even better than having to sit through the 40 minutes of bullshit that we had watched to get to this point, because it's all worth it now! It's a fucking civil war of vampires! This is fucking amazing! Oh! Oh! And you get all amped up, and the fight just goes on, and people are dying, and flames are shooting out.
Was it better than the final battle of Lord of the Rings?
I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but I'm gonna have to say no, because what happens is, it's a dream! It's a freaking dream sequence, because the girl can see the future. What she's seeing isn't really the present. She's looking into the future, and she's like, you guys can't fight. You can't kill the baby, because if you kill the baby, you're all gonna fight each other and kill each other, okay? I can see it in the future. I can see it. And then Volturi's like, oh, okay, we're not gonna kill the baby. And you're like, what the hell? I just sat through like an hour and 45 minutes of what? Just a dream sequence where they all get together and all these freaking hipster vampires just hang out and they're like, don't kill the baby. You pay, I don't know, $20 if you get two people and you get popcorn and you go freaking to see this movie of hipster vampires where they don't kill the baby, no one dies, and at the end, they live together forever.
Did Simon take the baby?
Simon took the baby. Simon took the baby. They live together forever at the end. It's infuriating. I waste my money. I waste my time. I waste so much of my life on the Twilight series. And I'm so disappointed that somebody didn't die at the end of it. I'm shaking violently right now. I'm so disappointed. Don't go watch Breaking Dawn Part 2. It should have just ended with one. They shouldn't even made Part 2. It shouldn't have been a 2-part movie. Should have been one giant freaking movie. 3-hour movie. I don't care. Kristen Stewart could have killed herself at the end for all I care. Freaking, it doesn't matter. Edward is the most boring wooden actor of all time, but I was willing to forgive that because I like a good love story. I liked it. And then it just kept going, and then people are like, why are you watching this? You're like a 12-year-old girl. Are you on your menstruation period right now? Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Get away from me. I don't care. I like it. I'm a sensitive guy, but even this was too much for me. So
you took up 8 minutes exact.
I'm very, very upset.
There's steam because it's really cold here in our studios because it's so well lighted and heated. There's steam coming off this man's.
When I get really pissed off or really cold, steam emits from my head. And right now I probably look like an oven because I'm cold and I'm pissed. Pissed.
You're pissed now?
I'm pissed now. So if any of you saw Breaking Dawn Part 2 and like it, love it, hate it, I don't care. Let us know and leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to know what you thought about Breaking Dawn Part 2. I mean, because honestly, I like the other movies. I like them. But this one, I could have done without it to the point of, like, I can't even explain. I can't put into words how I'd much had rather had seen anything else. I wanted to go see Wreck-It Ralph, but I didn't get to. But you did.
I did get to go see Wreck-It Ralph, and I'll go ahead and give you the review that I have of Wreck-It Ralph. What can I say?
First of all.
No, go ahead.
Did you see it in 3D?
No, I didn't see it in 3D.
Oh.
I don't like watching movies in 3D.
They're doing a good job these days.
Oh, they're doing a great job, but I'm not one to do that.
Honorable mentions, Silent Hill 3D was really cool.
Oh, but good.
Please continue.
Wreck-It Ralph. There's nothing I can say about this movie that is negative. When I went to this movie and I saw it, I felt connected with the characters. And by connected, I mean I was connected with Ralph because I love the guy. He has giant hands. He's got brown hair. He's me in a video game.
You kind of look like him a little bit.
Oh yeah, but he's a bad guy.
Ooh,
I like Ralph. He's an outcast, and I was very connected with him. With all the characters, you could just see the time they took in sculpting they're very just the personalities of every character, even though they're they're just cartoons. I love cartoons. I love them. I love Pixar films, and that's probably going to be the majority of my reviews, because I'm a giant kid.
You know what we could do?
Yeah,
is we at some point, maybe if we're drunk, I don't know, we might need to be a little inebriated for this. We could watch Disney movies and review them.
Let's go ahead and do like slowpoke reviews. And,
okay, we'll see how that goes.
But
please continue.
Wreck-It Ralph had a plot twist that I didn't see coming, and when it happened, it just right in the face, right there. I was like, oh my god, I should have seen it coming. What am I doing? And I think where it actually catches you off guard is you're watching a cartoon, so you don't think it's going to have complex layers of storyline, but it does. It really does. The voice acting in it was amazing. The plot line, once again, amazing. The visuals, there was candy. You're in a land of candy for the majority of it, and just the blues, the reds, the pinks, the yellows, the greens.
Feels like Candyland.
Yeah, it was like
life.
Candyland.
Like
yeah. It would have been great Candyland 3D, but I'm cheap, so I'm not spending the extra $5.
But I heard if you went to go see it in 3D, you could actually taste the candy.
Oh, I missed out. Yeah. So, but no, in the end, they end up, spoiler alert, defeating all of the Cybugs. And,
now, Cybugs, are those bugs that are, like, do this weird kind of Gangnam-style dance?
Yes. Yeah, actually, when they see a light, they all start doing a Gangnam-style dance, and they start oomphing it Gangnam style. Yeah.
Hey, sexy lady.
Oh.
Gangnam style.
Anyway, so.
What a terrible fad that was.
It's still going on.
It's still going. It never ends. Like, there was a guy
who's... It's the song that never ends.
It is the song that never ends. There's some guy that was working at NASA, and he did some side cover on, like, some, I don't know, some spaceship or something.
See, I just think the worst part is you had such a good description of your movie because you're so angry about it. But Wreck-It Ralph was just so good on so many layers.
You did a great job. And as soon as you started the review, I became more pissed off because you started the review almost to the words, I have nothing bad to say about the movie, where I have everything bad to say about Breaking Dawn Part 2 because it pissed me off so bad. You don't even understand. I'm going to have to bring it down a notch, but I'm on the freaking... I'm going to have an aneurysm on the air.
So we're go ahead and we're with that, we're closing up this show. We'll go ahead and start a topic real quick. Go ahead and tell me, what do you think are your top 6 favorite wrestlers of all time?
My top 6 favorite wrestlers of all time. That's clearly.
No, you should get them because they're going to sell out. It's Hampton.
It's like $23 a piece because it's the ones I'm getting because I'm cheap and I just bought a new phone. I have to pay bills and stuff. They're like $15 a piece, and it's like $8 tax or some kind of surcharge.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's fine.
It's not going to sell out.
It's fine. You know it's going to sell. We're at a sold-out crowd here at the Hemco.
I will cry. I won't cry. It would be nice to see the Shield, but I might not.
Shucky ducky.
Quack, quack. We sold out.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and rub some salt in the wound that has healed over, grating it open.
You make it sound worse than it is.
And then rubbing lemons on it, and then rubbing fecal matter, and then dropping salt onto it again, and then putting ice on it.
If you really want to know what it felt like the day that it happened, I felt like I was falling off of some high. I was falling off the Empire State Building, and as I was going down, like every couple seconds, I would just get hit with another just pile of shit. Like something else would go wrong, and right before I neared the ground, and I was about to take my final gasping breath because I was going to hit the ground and just die, I kept getting just hit with garbage and bad information and negativity and just things that were not going my way that day. But I look back on it now fondly and smile.
It was a good day.
It was a great day.
What an awesome day. All right, so how do we start the...
The day started because we were going to Raw in Richmond, and I had this stupid idea. Hey, let's dress up. Now, that wouldn't be so stupid if it was like, okay, let's just dress up as Booker T and Goldust because we want to go as a tag team. Because that's what we were going to do. So I went home one night, and I ordered a Booker T t-shirt, and I was going to go get my Booker T wig, and you were going to get your Goldust face paint and your Goldust wig, and we were going to go as Booker T and Goldust. Well, we went to get the stuff to go as Booker T and Goldust, and somewhere along the lines, I was like, hey, why don't we not go as Booker T and Goldust or Team Hell No or the Dudley Boys? Why don't we go as Super Mario and Luigi, because for some reason that seems to make fucking sense to show up at a wrestling taping of Raw as Super Mario and Luigi.
I really wanted to be Team Hell No.
And we
So
should have
bad.
just, well, think about it. If we would have won as Hell No, and the things that happened, if we would have won as Super Mario and Luigi, well, I'll get to that. But yeah, so we went. Long story short, we went to like what 3 or 4. Probably 3 different costume places, trying to find this. I wanted to be Luigi because I don't like Mario. I think Mario's overrated, and I always try and rep Luigi as much as I can because Luigi's like my brother, but not my brother, but Luigi.
I don't like Mario or Luigi, so
Well,
I don't like Nintendo products.
I'm not a
except for
huge fan of
Zelda.
Nintendo, but
It's, Zelda
okay.
and like Okami, whatever. it is
I
they
like the
say.
64 and the GameCube, but that's kind of where I stopped.
Anyways, continue the story.
But yeah, I have the Luigi costume, and I figure if you just get the Mario one, we could go with Super Mario and Luigi because that's not going to be preposterous or ridiculous at all. So we went to the costume store. We went to where Party City. Was it Party City before?
It was Party City.
Okay, Party City. Go fuck yourself because I have a Luigi costume that I got from Walmart, and I have the XL version of it because the large is super tight.
Because we're fat.
No, it's not. Because I wear large clothes. I could wear a medium. I could wear a small. But the way the costume is made, it just sucks your balls right in. So I had to buy an XL. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you had to try on my XL, and you had your balls super sucked in, too. And I had to see that. So, yeah. But I had to buy the XL and when I wear my XL Luigi costume, I wear a jock strap because it just sucks your dick and balls right in. So I wear the jock strap to prevent my dick and balls being all squished up and people being like, "Oh, he's wearing a Luigi. Oh my god." Those are yeah. So we went there and they had small and medium. That's just ridiculous. So anyways, they didn't have the right size. Then we had to go to Party Station, and she was like, she didn't know what was going on. They were sold out. Not only were they sold out of the Mario costume you needed, they didn't even have the right Mario costume. They had the one where you, like, the white and red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have matched anyways, and that one's way more cool. And if you would have actually gotten that, I would have been jealous. So then we ended up saying, well, let's just call ahead because we had an hour-and-a-half drive to get to the show in Richmond before we could get even suited up. Anyways, we called ahead and we found a costume place, and we get someone on the line there and like, oh yeah, we not only do we have the Mario costume, but it's on sale and it's in your size. So we left. We had more than enough time. It was gonna pour, but that was okay. We hit up a thrift store on the way there because we had to get a T-shirt to put underneath the suit. Got our stuff, good to go. So we start going there. I mean, looking back now, it's really fond memories. We were driving there, listening to I happen to have the Grand Theft Auto video game, the first one. As you may or may not know, it works as a playable music CD. So I put that bitch in the fucking CD player. I don't give a fuck about the rating for this one, because this is not going to be PG. I put that son of a bitch in the CD player, and it started playing like a music track. And we literally listened to the Grand Theft Auto original soundtrack all the way to Richmond. And that was pretty fun. Of course, we get to Richmond, and then the fun ends. At least temporarily. When we first got there, we got to the costume shop, and we were greeted by the most androgynous person I've ever met in my entire life.
I just broke the mic.
The microphone fell. This is how excited he is. This is how engrossed in the story he is. He's flailing his arms about like he's drowning. He's flailing his arms about like the only move he knows is flail. Like he's a Magikarp or something, not even close to evolving. All he does is just flail his arms about. And he already mentioned that his arms are 80 feet long in the last story. So you can only imagine what it's like seeing this dude sitting beside me, telling this story with so much wrath, so much fire pouring out of his face in flailing arms.
My arms are so long, the wingspan's ridiculous. If only I could jump, then I could maybe dunk.
I would just be a boxer like your dad.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll
Jab, 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 uppercut.
maybe one day I'll stick the jab and do something with my life. But as of right now, I'm a bum.
All right, we got to go back in the story.
So yeah, I met the most androgynous person I've ever met in my entire life at this costume shop in Richmond. For the love of me, for at least the 15 minutes we're in there, I didn't know if it was a man or a woman, and I still don't know. You say it was a man, I don't know.
I say it was a man.
I don't know, nice person. But not only did they shed some of the light that we thought was the truth, it was wrong. Him, told us that the Mario costume, not only did well, I don't even know if they had the right size. I don't think they had the right size.
They didn't have the right size, and it wasn't on sale.
It wasn't on sale, so everything we had been told on the phone was a complete fucking lie. And we had drove an hour and a half, and we were so excited to get there, and we got there, and guess what? Nothing was what we were told was going to be there.
It was a ruse.
It was a complete ruse.
A facade.
A facade.
A farce.
Guys, I was pissed. I was mad. So then, I'm walking around wearing a Booker T t-shirt, and I have in my trunk a Luigi costume with a fake mustache. I was waiting to get pulled over at any moment because I was going to change into what y'all doing? I was going to change to my Luigi costume, and he's going to be rocking the Mario costume. Well, that's one thing. That didn't go right. Next thing you know, it's time to go get pizza. Because you know what? We're hungry. Let's just go get something to eat. We end up going to some pizza place, and don't get me wrong, the pizza was really good, but we encountered another androgynous. This surpasses androgyny and just kind of melts over into the whole...
It doesn't even blur the lines. The lines are no longer there. The lines have vaporized.
Yeah, the lines are vaporized, and then you pour some kind of special solution onto it, and it solidifies, and it grows from the ground like a giant chia pet. And when it grows up from the ground, it's a transvestite. Because I didn't know what it was. It was this, 6'3" tall thing.
Yeah, then from around here,
This thing, it was a dude. We could never go to Richmond again. It was a dude who was probably 6'3", who had an ass like Nicki Minaj. Times 5. And it's just whoa, I can't look at your ass, bro, because your ass is real nice, but you're a dude. And you're obviously, you're the strangest person.
I would have hit it.
I could not look at that centaur's ass. It was so awkward. Then I was just like, you know what? We're waiting for our pizza, so we take turns going to the bathroom. I go take a leak in the bathroom. Some guy has to come out from the shadows to take the out of order sign off the door. He just takes the thing off the door, and he goes, enjoy. I didn't want to go in the bathroom. Not only is he here, but there's that centaur tranny lurking around. I don't want to deal with this. So that was weird. So then we finally eat our food, and don't get me wrong, I mean, the pizza was really good. What was the name of that place?
It was the name of some philosopher.
I don't know. But it was right next to Subway, and we made the best choice ever. We could have eaten fresh, or we could have had greasy, fattening pizza. And I definitely decided to have greasy, fattening pizza. Dude, if you think about everything that
pizza was really good.
Everything I ate that day, that was disgusting what I ate that day. I don't like...
What did you eat?
Oh, I had that pizza. I had Wendy's after we got back.
Oh my God, we had Denny's.
Then we went to Denny's.
Jeez, we're skipping ahead.
We're skipping ahead. So yeah, we had to deal with Tranny McGee, and we had to deal with the Enjoy Man at the bathroom. So it's time to go to the show. We had bought our tickets from the Farm Fresh from some girl at Orange Hair, and everything was good. We used the Ticketmaster with her. We got our seats, and we were good to go. We get to the arena, and we're standing outside in the line. It starts to rain a little bit, but that's okay, man. It's time for Raw. Shield's going to be there. Daniel Bryan, all of our favorites are going to be there. So we get inside the building, and I don't know how to read a ticket, so we just get to where we need to go, find someone to help us. And, wouldn't it be funny, I don't know, if the person at Farm Fresh, messed up our seats or something. And, hey, can you help us find our seats?
Yeah, let me zoom real quick.
We're just wondering if our seats are together.
This one says row 32A M, so that's going to be on the left-hand side, and this one says 32M Q, so that's going to be on the right-hand side.
The anger that filled my body when I realized that orange-haired girl at the Farm Fresh, not only did she not get our seats together, I'm going to have an aneurysm right now. The fact that she didn't get our seats together is one thing, but the fact I asked her if our seats were together, I said, we're sitting together, right? She goes, yeah, you're sitting together. Whoa! I was almost lost. I'm good now, but at the time, I was 100 times angrier than I am right now.
He was melting into the floor with every step. Steam was just bellowing off of the top of his bald head. Oh, sorry, I'm getting.
No, I like to keep it shaved,
Okay.
especially in the summer months.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so we're walking around and we're like, "There's no way this is possible. There's no way that our tickets are just so far apart." So we go down to the box office to see if we can get a refund or like a replacement, anything, and no one's in the box office. Not a soul, not a single person. So we're like, "Well, there's got to be another box office." So we start walking around. And we're about to go back outside to see if that box office is totally cool.
But wait, if you guys go outside, you can't get re-entrance back into the building.
Yeah, exactly. So we're walking around the entire Coliseum.
We walked this giant circle, and I've never been more pissed off in my entire life.
That was the worst counterclockwise walk in my life.
Because I forgot to even mention, I don't want to get into specifics because it's a little personal, but I had received a phone call right before we went into the arena that if you add up everything that went wrong on this one day, this phone call was 8 times as bad as everything that's already transpired. So when you add all of that together, I was an angry motherfucker, and I'm mad now thinking about it. And then there's the fact that there's nobody at that goddamn fucking box office, and it's 10 minutes before the show starts. What if somebody had problems with their seats, kind of like we did?
And they were filming. What were they filming before Raw?
Probably Superstars.
Yeah, we'll get to the good part, the redeeming part. But they started filming Superstars. We heard music hitting, and we're like getting upset because we're obviously not in our seats
Getting
yet.
upset? I'm upset now, and I was on the verge of a stroke.
I was getting upset because
you handled it well.
Because I'm a very calm person nowadays. I get mad about something and I'm okay like 10 seconds later.
Me, on the other hand, I'm happy that I didn't get ejected and arrested from that building.
You got arrested from the building. Could you imagine the entire building arresting you? Like S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up and arrests you.
That would have been
Shows
pretty.
up.
Well, yeah, that would have been cool.
So, anyways, we finally get back around to the box office, and guess what? Heaven forbid, who would have guessed? There's a line. So other people got gypped out of their money. Other people have bad seats. We start talking to them. One guy's like, "Yeah, you can't see anything. It's right behind Titantron." And then the other guy's like, "Yeah, I can't see anything because the lights are all up in our way." So the guy got the light problem. He got 2 new tickets, no refund. We get up there. Oh, while we're waiting, we have to go back a little bit. We're waiting in the line with them, getting the information, and no one shows up. One person pokes their head around the corner, sees us, and they just scurry back to the back like a little goblin who found a sock on Christmas Eve.
I could have pulled her chubby head through that window and screamed at her in 5 different languages for her to go get someone who knew what they were doing.
And Mike was about to lose his shit. He was like, "We just need to go outside. We just need to go outside. We just need to go outside because we're gonna miss the start of it. We're gonna have to get new tickets anyways." I was like, "All right, bro. Look, I'm gonna flip this coin. Heads, we stay for 3 minutes. Tails, we go outside." I flip the coin. Fling, bloop, 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 lands in my hand. Ends up on heads. I say we're gonna wait 3 minutes. And on that 3rd minute, as we're about to take a step out of the line, go outside, someone walks up and says, "How can I help you guys today?" Obviously, you know how you can help us. Put your head right into your ass. Oh, wait, no. Your head's already in your ass. Anyways, so we get up there, and I'm like, "Yeah, ma'am, we purchased these tickets at a Ticketmaster in Hampton at the Food Lion or Farm Fresh. I don't remember. They're the same to me. It's a Farm Fresh. Anyways, so they were supposed to be together, but they're not. Is there anything we can do about this?" "There's no refunds on tickets. You have to get 2 new tickets. The only tickets we have available is $14. "Okay, ma'am. And at this time, Mike, maybe you can reenact it.
I pounded on the wall before Vic took over the situation. She came to the window, she helped one person, and then she walked away. I pounded on the wall with such anger and hostile, volatile, just rage. And I'm sure I scared the shit out of her, but I'm sorry. I was so mad. I hit the wall so hard I was bleeding. Vic had to take over the situation because I was done at this point. Between having that phone call, between the tickets not being together, between the costumes not working out, pissed off isn't the right word.
Livid?
Livid.
So, I'm glad I added that to my lexicon. So anyways, yeah, I'm like, okay, fine. How much is it going to be after tax? She was like, $32. $32. I already paid $21 to come see Raw in Richmond. And I was like, this isn't even going to be a good Raw because it's in Richmond. And it was so disheartening to have to pay more money to see Raw. But you're going to see things turn for the better here. I pay the money. Mike's upset. He's like, I will give you the money back. I'll pay you for it. And he's furious. And I'm like, I'm trying to quell his anger. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. It's fine. We got this. I worked a bunch of hours last weekend. It's fine, man. Just get me on the rebound sometime. Just don't even worry about it because you need it for gas money.
And now here we come, because now it's time for SmackDown this Tuesday, and I got you, bro. I got you back. I'm going to get your ticket. We're going to go to SmackDown. We have a good time. I'm sure there's going to be misadventures.
And there's going to be Hooters after.
There's going to be Hooters after. I think, hopefully they'll be open. Sometimes the wrestlers go there. I don't know.
Yeah. So we're like, cool, we got 2 seats together, and they're really far up in the boonies. Like, if we were any farther up, we would have been working on the roof of the Richmond Sky Dome Coliseum Colossus chicken shit. So we find our seats, but they're not our seats because we can't find our seats, and we take a seat. But leading up to that, hold on, are you ready for this? Leading up to that, whose song hits?
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Woo,
As we're looking for our seats, purple lights everywhere. Woo, woo, woo. Zack Ryder's theme hits, and I'm like, yes, this is it. This is real. It's finally happening. So we sit down, and Zack Ryder gets his butt kicked off.
You might as well swear. I mean, I've already dropped every swear there is.
He gets his dick kicked into the dirt.
That's good, too.
By 3MB. You know how disheartening that is for me as a wrestling fan?
I love 3MB, dude.
I hate 3MB.
Slater's gonna slate. I don't know how you don't like 3MB.
I like Slater, but I don't like
Jinder
Mahal.
Jinder's awesome.
We'll rock and roll for real, buddy, man.
Dude, and then Drew?
Drew's
awesome,
terrible
dude.
as 3MB. He's great. Yeah, guess what? He's great by himself.
He
is a future world heavyweight. Oh,
let's
sorry.
let's not.
I love that time that he lost his job and then he had to wrestle Hornswoggle.
Oh my god! Every week he had to wrestle for his job, right?
Yeah, and he thought he was gonna have to wrestle against the Great Khali, and then Hornswoggle comes out and he's in his stupid Scottish voice. Yeah, you think I real my man?
You know, if it wasn't for 3MB,
it wasn't even words.
If it wasn't for 3MB, those guys probably would have been fired.
Oh, no kidding.
So,
but
there was that guy who dropped his cell phone.
Oh my god! So we were sitting next to, I guess
Mexican John Cena.
Come
fans.
on, I was gonna say 4 Hispanic John Cena fans.
You can say Mexican.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Because they were Hispanic. We don't know that they were Mexican. They
I know
spoke
it.
Spanish. They could have been Guadalajaran.
They could have been, but they were Mexican.
Jesus, you're so insensitive. You just posted on Facebook, 17 days ago,
Not
about
even.
how subtle
7.
racism.
Anything I post on Facebook is bullshit. Pretty much anything I post on Facebook is not who I am at all. I have to maintain a Facebook persona. It's all a facade. I don't give a fuck about Facebook. If I posted this stuff I really wanted to post on
We
Facebook,
need to
I
go-
have no friends.
We
I
need
hate
to-
everyone.
We need to go back, and whatever 4 words we used for farce, facade, we need to always say that when something...
Ruse, guys.
Ruse. It was ruse, farce. What was the other one?
I don't know.
Guys, and then the other... Whatever. Anyways, so dead air. Sorry, guys. We're stupid.
Oh.
We got poo brain.
Oh.
Anyways, so obviously superstars, and I'm upset because Zack Ryder got his penis kicked off.
But the
And,
Mexican guy, the Spanish
yeah.
dude, he, some point when Kane came out, he dropped his cell phone.
we haven't got to that point yet.
Well, we don't have to.
Because we have to go to the start of Raw, which was a 60-minute Iron Man match between Curtis Axel and Triple H.
Which, goddamn, if that would have happened, I would have left. Thank God that match didn't happen.
If that match, because like at this point we're still very salty about what has happened. Like we're like, this is the worst Raw ever. It's going to be so bad, and then the 60-minute Iron Man match happens, and we're like lulling our faces off. And Mr. McMahon comes back down. And he's like, "Nope, you better find a new bell, and you better find a new microphone." And walks off with both of them. And what was the next match? It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. But
Oh, it was Kane versus Uglyface.
which leads us to the Spanish guy. This guy dropped his cell phone when Kane's pyro went off, and he dropped it like we were sitting, I don't know, next to him probably by this point or whatever. But he dropped his cell phone. It fell down like 3 rows, and he didn't get his cell phone until 2.5 hours later, probably because of a language barrier.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him because he was a nice guy.
I feel bad for him too, but all he had to be like was, "Excuse me." That's it.
Yeah, but if you don't speak English, that's kind of hard.
Well, if he doesn't know how to say "excuse me" and he's living in America, fuck off. Honestly,
Come on,
Fuck off.
You sound like Zeb Coulter right now.
I am Zeb Coulter. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm Yosemite Sam.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell because you're so white and you have a giant mustache.
Thank you. I'm twirling it right now.
So, anyways, yeah, Kane wrestles Ugly Face, and it was a really good match, but it wasn't that good. I don't even remember any of the other stupid matches.
Fuck covering the show. I was covering the highlights.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Covering the highlights, it was whatever. But then, the match of the night, D-Bry versus.
Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins, and basically what was a Ring of Honor match on Raw. That match was great. That match was really fun. The show that itself, after we got past all the nonsense, was a really good show.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple. I mean, I've been to a lot of Raws, and it wasn't the best Raw I've ever been to.
It was fun, but it was fun because of the mishmash of events that led up to it. And then we listened to. Can we say the radio name after?
Yeah. Give them a plug. As if they need it. Because we're gonna get 20 views, but After Dark Radio probably gets thousands of hits.
They were talking about Jonathan Titor. And
Brian Alvarez was talking about Jonathan Titor and his time travel
device by finding the IBM computer.
Yeah.
That ran both APL and I'm a computer nerd, so I should know. Was it base 2?
I don't know.
Is it base 2 or base 4? I don't know. I don't remember. It's not. It's neither of those.
But that was a good episode. There's a plug. Was it FW? I don't even fucking know. Because I never go. It's just go to fuckthesnow.com. It'll take you to the Wrestling Observer webpage. It's my favorite website of all time. But
what a plug.
Yeah.
My favorite website of all time. I'm pretty sure I've visited at least 500 better websites, all featuring pornography.
I love wrestling, dude. I just can't help it. I mean, I love porn, but wrestling's my number one love over porn.
I'd rather do porn than wrestle.
Dude, if you could put the two together, you get China. But so after we listened to After Dark, we got back here.
It was kind of creepy on the way home because
very
it's
creepy.
Really.
I was exhausted too, but I got us home safe after another hour and a half drive back home, and then we decided to go to Wendy's, which is the last thing I needed that night.
We went to Denny's first.
Yeah, Denny's. That's what I actually meant to say. We went to Denny's, and I
ate probably about 4,000 calories at Denny's.
I got some cheese fries, and those were good. But before we went into Denny's, we saw this vagrant outside who was wearing shorts.
Oh, my God. I forgot about this part.
He was kind of just mumbling to himself, and I knew this was going to just be something terrible for me later on. I'm sure he was going to ask me for change or for something terrible. If that picked up,
I hope it did.
Will segue perfectly. So we had to go in to Denny's, obviously, to get seated and whatnot. We order. I go into the bathroom, and this only happens to me. It never happens to Sloth. I go into the bathroom, and I just hear, "Oh, you fucking shit in my bed." There's some guy in the stall just swearing as loud as he can. I have to tell my dick, please piss. Please piss right now. Because I have to get out of this bathroom with this crazy motherfucker as soon as I can. Because I do not want to deal with whatever's going to come out of this thing. I was waiting for some crazy guy to come stab me or just I don't even know, rip my dick off with his fucking hand. I don't know. So I get out of the bathroom. I get back to the table, and Crazy McGee comes out the bathroom, and he's still swearing and just mumbling and all this, and he gets back to the table, and he picks something up, and he says to no one he's leaving, and then he turns around, and there's a shit all over his ass. There's just a stream of dookie on his ass.
I don't even think he paid his bill.
I don't think he paid his bill either. But I think they were like, you know what? You can take that toast on the house. Get out of here with your shitty pants. You need to leave.
Your fucking dookie ass.
You dookie ass. Leave right now. So, and then...
Oh, my God. I've seen him since when I went to Denny's.
Get out.
Yeah, he was walking up Mercury.
Was he covered in shit?
See, I felt bad for him because we could have helped him because I had a spare pair of pants in the car.
I mean, yeah, we looked for him after we ate to give him a pair of shorts, but... I mean, what are you gonna
do? He doo-dooed all on himself.
What's that smell? So as if, let's see, we had the 2 slices of pizza at the pizza restaurant.
What did I eat in Denny's?
Richmond.
Oh, I had the pancakes and 2 of the quesadillas.
I also had the smothered cheese fries. I was gonna get a apple crisp, but this woman somehow locked her keys in the freezer to the freezer, so I couldn't. So I decided, you know what? I need something else to eat. So I got a Frosty from Wendy's, and It was a good day. I mean, in hindsight, now, I mean, even at the end of that day, I was leaning towards shitty things happened, but it was a good day. But now that it's been nearly like almost a month, I don't know how long it's been like 3 weeks or so. It was a really good time, and that trip, that day alone, will probably define the summer. And Tuesday's going to be fun, but we only have to go 5 minutes around the corner for SmackDown.
So, God forbid, if something happens and we can't go to SmackDown, or something keeps us from SmackDown after we already get the tickets, or if there's a chronic flooding.
Why don't you just say when something happens? Because
when something happens. Jeez. It's even within walking distance.
We could walk it. We really could. I mean, we won't do that.
Obviously, we won't. It's like a hour and a half walk. But still, that's the point I'm iterating. That it is within walking distance. That's why it would be absurd if something happened.
But it's us.
But give it a chance. Haha, I will.
Anytime I know if I'm involved, if there's something that can go wrong, it will go wrong. So, that being said, I'm sure something will go wrong after this SmackDown, and we'll be right back here, and I'll be angrily recapping whatever pissed me off.
I mean, that's the true American fashion. We're going to go to Denny's again, and there's going to be someone with poo booty.
There's always going to be a poo booty.
There's poo booty everywhere.
Vagrants at Denny's, but yeah.
Vagrants. I like how you put it so,
I don't just call them shit pants bums.
Shit pants homeless bums.
Shitty McGee's. But yeah. So, I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. After SmackDown goes horribly wrong, and I probably get arrested.
Well, we've got 10 seconds left. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think I've covered it. Like, that guy covered his ass with shit.
I'm pretty sure he covered the toilet just like I did at Buffalo Wild Wings, which we'll cover another time.